I wrote something, and it's like the sequel to War and Peace here. It's pretty long. So I'm actually going to take a seat when I do this. All right. I recently read a story about an 800-pound woman getting married to the man of her dream. Let's take a moment to think about that. Somewhere on this planet, there's a man willing to spend the rest of his life sharing a bed with a Honda Civic. There's a wedding taking place, maybe this very evening, where the cake won't make it past the bride and groom. Out there, somewhere in this fine country, is a couple willing to risk potential death and certain broken ribs for a passionate honeymoon evening. This is love, and I can't get enough of this damn story. That's because this story gets me thinking of another wedding taking place in this country of ours. Granted, our bride isn't being forklifted down the aisle, and the groom isn't a jumpy chaser, but it's a wedding nonetheless. My brother's getting married. He's getting married to a beautiful, healthy, I won't speculate at her weight and age, but I'm guessing what, 98-pound, 24-year-old woman? Is that what we're doing? My brother is getting married. I'm supposed to say right here, acting as if I can't believe it, as it's some foreign idea to me. That would be a lie. I can totally believe it. Trevor's been ready to get married since he was in lower school. I don't mean in the physical sense or in a romantic sense, although he did have a steamy romance in the second grade that I thought was going somewhere. Just the way you and Jesse Paul tell color together. No, not like that. Trevor's been marriage material since he was a kid because he's always had his shit together. While I was running around the house butt naked, screaming at the top of my lungs, inexplicably covered in kitty litter and Starburst wrappers, Trevor was busy sitting in the background, quietly smirking as he paints a beautiful Brady Anderson watercolor, thinking about how one day he'll have a perfect job at the place he grew up, a decent, albeit flawed golf game, a set of features that could easily get into the final cuts on The Bachelorette, and a fiance that any man could only dream of having. From day one, he always had it figured out. He always made the right call. That's why when I first heard about Emily, I didn't doubt for a second that she would probably be a good catch. I never had to worry about Trevor pulling me aside and saying, hey, I met this girl. She's super great. Don't freak out or anything, but she's also an exotic dancer. No, that's not an option for Trevor. Trevor wouldn't make a mistake like that. He's always been perfect, almost to a fault. There were times when I was younger when I thought for sure that Trevor was some mechanically engineered robot designed to throw lacrosse balls really hard and melt women's hearts without ever saying a single word. So before I finally got to meet Emily, I wondered what this girl would be like. Mostly I wondered what their interactions would be like. Knowing Trevor, I knew that he likely didn't land this girl by talking her ear off. So could she read minds, I thought? Were her and Trevor communicating via some telepathic chat room I didn't have access to? Did they communicate exclusively through winking? Was Emily really Miss Cleo? I mean, it's a good question. We haven't heard from her in a while. Literally all these things went through my head, and that all went away when I finally saw them again. When I saw Trevor and Emily together for the first time, I saw a side of Trevor that I had never seen before. He was a completely different guy. He was talkative, open. Trevor was smiling, like, a lot. Simply put, it was immediately clear to me that Emily brought out the best in me. I could see right away they were a perfect match. Because of that, I couldn't be happier to be here with family and friends celebrating their marriage to one another. My father, Tarwash, is here somewhere. I'm so happy he decided to hand up the Canadian tuxedo for this blessed gift. The last time my father wore a tie, we had troops in Vietnam. Thanks to my mom and her camera flash, I'd probably be giving this whole speech like Stevie Wonder, and I've got this collection of groomsmen here that would make a gathering of juggalos look classic. And I can't forget about my co-best man, Derek, standing there, always the perfect middle ground. Like Patrick Swayze's character in Roadhouse, only instead of being blessed with a mastery of modern philosophy and a devastating roadhouse, he's got a remarkably level head and an optimism bordering on retardation when it concerns Baltimore order. Of course, my new family is here as well, Emily's side of the family, who have probably spent much of this journey looking at our group in the way that literally every other team in the Mighty Ducks looked at the Mighty Ducks. Like, who the hell are these weirdos? I don't know, but I think that guy's got a lasso. But you guys have been awesome, and I can't wait to get to know all of you and learn more about your quirks so we're not the only weird ones here. So now that we're all here celebrating this marriage, I want to take us back to the union of the whales, to the show tank at SeaWorld where our 800-pound ride is marrying the man of her dreams. That's because this story makes me happy, optimistic, and hopeful to know that somewhere out there's a match waiting for you. That even if your lovemaking consists of finding lost Doritos and folds you never knew existed, you're still making love. That in this huge, confusing, uncertain world, two people so perfect for each other can come together. Trevor and Emily aren't holding hands as they ride matching hover-around scooters in the grocery store. They're not shopping cans of easy cheese together, and they're not romantically sharing puffs off the oxygen tank in the living room. But just like our plus-size couple, they're absolutely perfect for each other, and that makes me happy like you would believe. You definitely found your proverbial 800-pound woman, Trevor. I love you, and I can't wait to see what the future takes you. Just try to keep away other people, you guys.